final bubble game for the Toronto Raptors, for the final seeding game in the bubble. They beat the Denver Nuggets 117-109 and finished 7-1 in seeding play. And now the real stuff begins. And I gotta say, from today's ball game, pretty impressive. And you didn't see many regulars for the Toronto Raptors. No Serge Ibaka, no Pascal Siakam, no Kyle Lowry, no OG Anunoby, and no Fred VanVleet. But the Raptors still beat the Denver Nuggets 117-109. And before people freak out, the starting lineup for the Denver Nuggets was basically their big lineup. Paul Millsap, Jeremy Grant, Nikola Jokic, Torrey Craig, Jamal Murray. Now, those guys didn't play a lot. None of them even played 20 minutes. But the fact that they even played, and when they were on the floor, they were almost all minus players against the Raptors starters, Rondae Hollis-Jefferson, Norman Powell, Marc Gasol, Terrence Davis, and Matt Thomas. You just love it as Raptor fans. The depth of this organization is incredible. And you saw it yet again this afternoon. What a job by the Toronto Raptors, and what a way to close off the regular season for Stanley Johnson. He's probably not going to be a Toronto Raptor next year. He probably won't see a lick of time in the playoffs unless it's a blowout either way. You won't see Stanley Johnson basically at all. But what you do got to give the guy credit for is the energy and the game winner he had in the last game. And Stanley Johnson went out there today, 29 minutes, 23 points, 4 boards, 6 assists on 9 of 16 shooting. He was 4 of 8 from 3. He had a steal and a block in the game, and he was a +5. Stanley Johnson played spectacular. Same with Paul Watson. We'll get to him in a second. But let's get to this ball game. Right from the get-go, the Raptors had the lead. They were down 8-0 earlier. They were down 8 early. But I wouldn't say easily. They quickly climbed out of that hole and took the lead. And they didn't lose the lead. The biggest lead for the Denver Nuggets was 5, so maybe they didn't have an 8-point lead. But nonetheless, they had a 5-point lead, and the Raptors took that lead and did not look back. Every single time the Denver Nuggets tried to answer with something, the Raptors countered. And like, for example, I was listening to the radio, and every time they got it down to 4-point lead for the Toronto Raptors, the Raptors counterpunched and brought that lead back up to sometimes double digits. Every single time. And remember, you don't have your regular guys out there. They don't either. I get it. But those guys were out there. Stanley Johnson played 29 minutes. Paul Watson, 27. Matt Thomas, 28. Terrence Davis played 34 minutes. And Malcolm Miller played 26. Boucher played 21. And DeJuan Hernandez played 13. They had big-time minutes. And their guys had some big minutes. A couple of guys in the 30s. Dozier, Morris, Troy Daniels. Guys like that had key minutes. But for the Toronto Raptors to sit all your guys and still come away with the victory, or maybe not all your guys, but most of your guys, and to go out there and get a W, and Marc Gasol only played the 17 minutes, you love to see it. All right? Like I said, the Raptors had the lead for most of this game. In the first quarter, they were up 8 after one quarter. Now that was with their starters in against our starters, which were, let me rephrase it, or just re-say it, Hollis-Jefferson, Powell, Gasol, Terrence Davis, and Matt Thomas. Their starters, Millsap, Jeremy Grant, Jokic, Torrey Craig, and Jamal Murray. The Raptors won that first quarter 31-23. You love to see it, Raptor fans. The depth on this team. I understand it doesn't mean anything for either team. Then why bother even play their guys for 15 minutes, 18 minutes, 10, 15, and 10? You don't even need to play them if you're going to do that. The Raptors chose not to, and good on them for it. Because what if an injury happened in that time for the Denver Nuggets? Oh my goodness. That would have been terrible. In the second quarter, it was kind of back and forth, 27-27 apiece after 2 quarters of play. All right, in the second quarter. And Raptors still up by 8 after 1 quarter of play. Or after halftime. They're doing well. In the third quarter, Raptors, again, back and forth. They have a big run. The Raptors counter the run of their own. their own. 27-26 Raptors in that quarter. They're up by 9 after 3 quarters of play. You got to find a way to shut the door, and the Raptors do. 33-32 win in the fourth quarter for the Denver Nuggets, but the Raptors still come away with the 8-point victory, 117-109 over Denver, and end the season on an extremely high note, guys. Raptors end the year 53-19. They were 9-1 their last 10 games, obviously dating back to pre-COVID. They won 4 in a row to end it. Other than that abysmal game against the Celtics, the Raptors straight up dominated. They played sound basketball, except the only problem I have with today is the turnovers. That was a big issue for the Raptors in this game, but ideally, like I said before, you didn't have any of your starters out there. 19 turnovers for the Toronto Raptors. They had 15 in this one. But again, let's get through these numbers real quick and see what happened. The Raptors held the Denver Nuggets to 41% from the field. Raptors shot 50% from the field. And remember, no regulars, and you guys shot 50%. Great job. 42% from 3 for them. Very nice. 51 for the Toronto Raptors. They shot 91% from the line. We only shot, what was that, 64%? That's pretty rough. But when you're shooting a 3 so well, and you're shooting from the field so well, you can afford to kind of have a lackluster, really, performance of the free throw line. Rebounding, Raptors were plus 10, 51-41. Offensive glass, 13-9 in favor of Toronto. 27 assists, 8 steals to their 9 steals. We had 5 blocks. They had 11. And like I said, 19 turnovers for the Raptors, 15 for the Denver Nuggets. Points in the paint, Raptors crushed that 48-32 in favor of Toronto. Great job there. Second chance points, 15-13 in favor of Toronto. They won the fast break, actually, 25-21. And points off of turnovers, 27-20 in favor of Toronto. Yet we had 4 more turnovers. So that's a very interesting number there. Oh my goodness. The turnovers you had did not come back to bite you. And that's the big thing for the Raptors. Great job there taking care of business on the defensive end, as usual, no matter who's out there. Now, let's go through these numbers real quickly here. Ronnie Hollis-Jefferson only played 22 minutes of work, but it was good job for him. 6 points, 6 boards, 3 assists on 3 of 9 shooting, 0 of 1 from the line. Had a block in the game and was a plus 11. Good job for Rondé. Norman Powell, good to see him shooting the ball well yet again heading into the playoffs. 23 minutes of work, 15 points, 6 boards, 2 dimes on 6 of 9 shooting for Powell. 3 of 5 from beyond the arc, 1 steal, 1 block for Norm, and a -3 on the floor. So a big job for Powell. And Marc Gasol, you know what he's going to do, right? He only got you 2 points in the game in the 17 minutes of work. He shot 1 of 3, but 3 boards, 5 dimes for Marc Gasol. He missed the 1-3 he took, had a steal and a block in this one. It was a -2 while he was on the floor. And Terrence Davis, tough time shooting the ball a little bit, but 14 points, 6 boards, 3 assists on 5 of 15 shooting, 2 of 2 from the line, 2 of 6 from 3, 2 steals in the game, and a +6 while he was on the floor in 34 minutes of work. Matt Thomas continues to show us that this guy could be kind of a secret weapon heading into the playoffs. 28 minutes of work, 12 points, 3 boards, 2 assists on 4 of 6 shooting, 2 of 2 from the line, 2 of 3 from 3, had a steal in the game, was a +7. Great job for him. And the 2 guys that really, the co-MVPs of this game, Stanley Johnson, we talked about his numbers. He was spectacular on both sides of the ball. And the fact that he knocked down 4 threes after coming into the game, shooting 18% from beyond the arc, you love to see it. All right? Then you go to Paul Watson in 27 minutes of work, 22 points, 6 boards, a couple dimes, shot 8 of 13, 2 of 3 from the free throw line, 4 of 6 from 3, had a steal in the game, and was a +8 on the floor. Paul Watson, could he be another diamond in the rough type of deal for the Raptors? We're going to have to wait and see. Obviously, Paul Watson, how old is the guy? I did not mean to hit Stanley Johnson. Paul Watson, he's a 25-year-old, so again, not a young guy, but the Raptors know how to find them. And a great job for Paul Watson today. Malcolm Miller sprinkled in 10 points in 26 minutes. He shot 4 of 5 and was 2 of 3 from 3. Had a steal in the ball game, was a +3. Chris Boucher in 21 minutes, 9 points, 9 boards. Shot 3 of 8 from the field, 2 of 3 from the line, 1 of 3 from beyond the arc. 1 block in the game and a +5. And Juwan Hernandez, guys, I've noticed with him, obviously being a big guy, being 6'10", the way he is, he played 13 minutes. He had 4 points and 7 rebounds and an assist, shot 2 of 6, didn't take a 3. And was an even player on the floor. He's got the size and he's got that rebounding ability. How many offensive boards did he have today? He actually had 3 offensive boards in this game, guys. So a really big job for for DeJuan Hernandez. And that rounds out the regular season for the Toronto Raptors. Now playoffs begin. Monday, 4 p.m. Eastern Time, Raptors take on the Brooklyn Nets in Game 1 of the first, of the round 1 matchup against the Nets. Do not look past the New York Nets, the Brooklyn Nets. You cannot look past these guys. I understand it should be a series win, no question, like Orlando last year. Should be like that. You do not take any team lightly. This team knows that. They will go into that series not giving a damn who they're facing. They will go out there and give them their best punch. They will do a job. Obviously, everyone's going to think to the second round against Boston or Philly. I don't really care to this point. One game at a time. One series at a time. And the Raptors take on the Brooklyn Nets in round 1 of the NBA playoffs. All right? That preview video will be uploaded to you guys on Sunday. Okay? So Sunday evening, I'll be doing that for you guys. All right, breaking down kind of my expectations for the playoffs, what this team needs to do to get past the Brooklyn Nets, who to be worried about in Brooklyn, you know, who we look to step up in the playoffs, all that kind of stuff we'll be talking about on Sunday evening, late afternoon, early evening, as we look to head for another long playoff run, Raptor fans, and looking for back-to-back, and why not the Raptors? Why not? People can say, well, this team is good. No. Why not the Raptors? Well, no Kawhi. That's not a good reason. So I really want to hear. I really want to hear what you guys think and what your expectations are moving forward. What your thought was in the bubble, and do you take anything from these games, or do you just kind of say, hey, new script, let's go for it, playoff time, baby? That's my thought. Great end of the year, 53 wins in obviously a shortened year, and you did great. You finished strong. Now let's go big in the playoffs. All right? So you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. If you guys enjoyed the video and enjoyed the game there this afternoon, smack that like button. Do appreciate that. Hit the subscribe button if you guys have not already. Comment down below your thoughts on the game today, your thoughts on the video. I want to hear your guys' take. Let me know in the comments below what your guys' thoughts are on the Raptors heading into the playoffs. Your thoughts are on this game. Everything. Let me know in the comments below, guys. Go crazy. Twitter is down below for myself. Follow up, send me a DM, do all that great stuff. Also, the Instagram link is down in the description, so if you've not followed up the Instagram page already, first off, shame on you. Second of all, go follow up. Why not? All right, so guys, I will talk to you Jays Edition later tonight as they're taking on the Tampa Bay Rays in Game 1 of the 3-game set at Salem Field. Looking to bounce back, and they're already down 2-0, so things don't look good already against Tampa, and they already have a great pitching staff, and our hitting sucks right now, so we'll see what happens tonight as Jays take on the Tampa Bay Rays in Game 1. I think it's Richards on the mound for the Rays and Roark on the mound for the Blue Jays in tonight's matchup. As for the Raptors, as I talked about, Game 1 of the NBA playoffs of Round 1 is going to be on Monday at 4 p.m. Eastern Time, but I will talk to you guys on Sunday evening, late afternoon, early evening, as I will do the Raptors Round 1 preview against the Brooklyn Nets. All right, so thank you guys so much for listening and watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Talk to you guys then.